Praise the Lord everyone, I'm Shirin Bellary and I welcome you all on She Proclaims New with New Hope. The topic I'm going to talk today about has put so much of in perspective to my life and has put so much of a healthy fear of God in me. So, are you seeking to give 100% of what you have to Jesus and His glory? In Romans chapter 12 and verse 3, Paul says that each one of you should not think highly of himself than he ought to, because everyone has been given a measure of faith. Amen. So, every believer has been given a measure of faith according to God's gracious gifts. Now, this could be influenced by life circumstances or how he has been brought up and all sort of things. Jesus says this himself while stewarding your life, that some may have 10 talents, some may have 5, while the others might have only 1. Now, look at this line. The top line is my measure of faith. I've had a great spiritual upbringing. I've had a good family. And the bottom measure of faith is of someone who was homeless or had a hard family life. Now, suppose I use this much of my faith and the other person uses this much of his faith. Now, but the amount of faith I'm using, I may look super spiritual, but I'm using only 70% of it. While this one may not look so much spiritual or full of faith, but he has been using 100% of what he has been given. Do you get it? It's not how you look. It's about how much you are using what God has given you. With all the grace and faith God has given me, I know that I could give so much more. The more revelation, grace and gifts you have been given, the more you have the responsibility to use it. Amen. Jesus says in Luke chapter 12 and verse 48, to whom much is given, much is required. It does not matter how spiritual you look or how much faith you have in comparison to someone else. All that matters is that God sees your heart and all that He has given to you. Amen. Do not judge, look or compare yourself to others. Look at what God has given to you and seek to use it 100% for His glory. Amen. Have a blessed and happy week.